So you have gotten the guide archetype, which is really cool, and you and your twin flame are actually going to end up having a pretty significant impact on the whole collective, which we will get into in just a moment. Now, before we dive into the characteristics and the energy healing for your archetype, I wanted to quickly introduce myself and tell you about how I discovered that there are different twin flame archetypes. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Rachael and I work as an intuitive energy healer. I'm a light worker. When I first started my energy work, I had no intention of working with twin flames. I was very quiet about my journey. It was something I knew about, but nothing that I set out to do. Well, as you know, the universe always guides you in the path that you're meant to go in. And twin flames started coming to me for healings, and now it makes up about 80% of my client base. So I take this very seriously because I know that if they were guided to me, I'm also guided to help all of you. And I started to observe the healing that helped different twin flames, like what helped the most, kind of experimenting with different modalities and observing through my intuitive reading sessions or my healing sessions, what I was really picking up on. And although there are commonalities in the collective, it is certainly not as cut and dry as a lot of information out there makes it seem. Every twin flame dynamic that I work with holds its own energy. I can feel that it's a twin flame energy, but I can feel there's different dynamics that are going on there. So, I just kind of sat back and I observed, the different things I was picking up on in all my different sessions. And I'm thinking to myself, like, there's something more going on here than what's being presented out by other teachers, and not saying any of them are wrong, but I just started picking up on something more individualized. So I went into a meditation and I got guidance that there are different twin flame archetypes, and based on your archetype, you have individual lessons, you have an individual purpose, and you have an individual reason why you incarnated in this twin flame dynamic. So whenever we look to general information, although it can be very helpful, especially in the beginning of our journey, it might lead some of us astray, or we might be focusing on something that really we're not meant to focus on. So for that reason, I put together this archetype mini lesson, and I'm going to go over the 3 main characteristics of your archetype, and then we'll end with a personalized energy healing session to really ground in this energy for you. Okay, so since you are meant to be guides, and you are a guide incarnated here on Earth, and so is your twin flame, then your journey requires a lot of self-mastery. It's a lot of trusting yourself, tuning into your intuition, playing around with your intuition, really understanding what your innate gifts are. So guides can be channels or mediums. You can be a card reader. Guides can be teachers. Guides can be those who do service for others. Guides can be healers. But either way, you are certainly a light worker, and so is your twin flame. And this journey that you're going through together, this twin flame journey, is helping you really develop these skills and step into your truest innate essence as a divine guide who is incarnated here on Earth to help the rest of us. So I want to go over the 3 characteristics and lessons that you have come here to learn, and these are going to help you find your twin flame union and really find your life purpose and do what you came here to do. And then we're going to end with an energy healing to really ground in everything that we talk about. So the first piece of your particular twin flame journey is going to involve trusting. Trusting yourself and trusting your insights, your inner knowing that you have about your twin flame. So a lot of guides will learn these lessons through experiences where the outside is telling you one thing, or other people, or your ego is telling you one thing, but there's like this deep down knowing within you that is telling you something else. So perhaps your twin flame is you're not in contact and everybody's telling you to forget about them, to move on, and your ego's even saying, what am I doing here? But deep down for you, there is a knowing. Maybe you're not talking, but you're able to communicate on an energetic level. You're able to feel their energy. Maybe you're actually able to talk with them through your mind's eye. It really expresses differently in every single individual, depending on your gifts and what you're really here to help guide us to do, guide everybody else to do. That's really what's going to present itself the most. These gifts are emerging for you. But no matter what your gift is, the world is going to teach you to trust yourself. So it is not wise, if you are a guide archetype, to binge watch a lot of YouTube videos with all different points of views. It's not a wise idea to ask all your friends and family what you should do. It's not a wise idea to listen to your ego when it's triggered. Instead, you are going to have to focus extra on going within, on meditating, on getting to a calm and peaceful state and getting your guidance that way. And your twin flame is doing the same. So as you trust yourself, you want to trust how you're going to communicate with them, how you're going to go about healing and finding this union. So maybe this is, if you are in communication with them, talking to them about certain things, but only when you know that, this particular kind of communication has to happen. If you're not in communication, then this could be you really focusing on intuitively communicating with them, asking them, their higher self, what they need at this moment. And that's how you help them on their journey, because likely they're also going through something that is pushing them to be a service or a guide in some way to this world. So they might already work in some sort of service-related field, or if not, they might be very, very unhappy with certain aspects of their life, especially their work if they're not working in some sort of service or light work kind of field. And so this is the universe pushing them towards their right path. And you can help them either intuitively or by talking to them and suggesting different things. You can help guide them on a path that is the right one for them, on a path that would be a better fit. And so it's going to play out differently in every single situation, but the number one key characteristic here is you trusting yourself, learning to trust your words, learning to trust your intuition, learning to trust your gut, your knowing, and then acting on that when it is appropriate. So it's going to be, it might take a little bit of time, a little bit of practice to really find that inner stillness within you. And then once you find it and you trust it, then you will know the right things to say, the right things to do. And there will be action on your part, but the action only comes after you go within and you get in touch with that intuition. Okay, so that leads me to the second point, which is practicing your intuitive skills. If you have not yet been practicing your intuition in some way, then for you to find your life purpose and for you to find twin flame union, it's a good idea to start. So how do you do this? How do you tune into your intuition? The first key piece is by quieting your mind, by meditating. And I've heard that some people who do readings and guidance kind of work don't meditate. I feel like everybody needs to meditate, to be honest, because you're able to really distinguish between your true self and the mind chatter when you meditate. And maybe you're somebody who can go into that kind of state with just taking a few deep breaths. And if you can do that, then you've probably been practicing this for years or lifetimes to get to that stage. For a lot of other people, you have to kind of decondition some of this humanness. You have to be able to separate yourself from the humanness, and you do so by going into a meditation. So you're going to hear two voices once you take some deep breaths, once you go into this meditation. The first voice is going to be the quick one. It's going to be your ego. It's going to be of anxiety or fear or angst, or it's going to be a higher than thou, like, this is what you should do. How dare they do that to you? How dare they say that to you? You know best. That's your ego. So that's the first voice that you're going to hear. And then your second voice, which is your true self, your true guidance, is calm. It's one that maybe you feel in your body. Maybe you just feel it in your gut. Maybe you feel it in your heart or your chest. It's calm. It's peaceful. And it's unlike anything that I can describe using words. Now my ego, our egos, we can describe so much using words, right? Your inner knowing, it's almost impossible. So you want to, through meditation, get in touch with this inner knowing if you haven't already. If you're already used to listening to your intuition, then your steps are going to be really use it as much as you possibly can. Perhaps this means that you play around with cards a little bit. You, get a Reiki certification. You really do something to amplify these natural intuitive skills that you have. And then you put it into practice every single moment that you can possibly put it into practice. Just walking throughout your day, you're wanting to notice how much of your mind is consumed by the triggering, by the ego patterns, by old defense mechanisms. And it's going to be a lot because that's our humanness. This is not meant to be hard on yourself, but you want to notice that it is there. Practice grounding, practice recentering yourself, and then ask your intuition what's going to be your best next steps. So once you really get into this intuition, then you're going to want to, this is like part B of this second trait that you're wanting to embody and that you naturally embody. Now part B is finding out your life purpose. Really trying to discover what you incarnated here to do. You do that through meditation, but you also do it through action and by focusing on your emotional guidance system. When you are doing something that feels natural, then that is in alignment with your Dharma or life purpose. When you're doing something, and you probably all have had jobs or experiences where it just in your gut, you're like, God, this isn't right. Then that is a bumper in the bowling lane that you're bowling on, and it's telling you that your ball is going a little off course and it's time to recenter. It's telling you that it's not a right fit, and it's not bad, but it's not a right fit for you. So anytime you come up against like a wall or just a feeling of like, wait, no, something's not quite right here, that's when you want to check in with your intuition, with your guidance. Ask what this is telling you and where it is directing you. Because all experiences that are not a fit are like I said, those bumpers, just directing us towards something that is a fit. So not only are you going to want to discover your life purpose, but you're going to want to start to pursue it. Part of your incarnation here as a twin flame is you and your twin flame said, okay, we're going to help each other. We're going to go through this twin flame journey so that we can be the fullest of expressions of our divinity when we come here on earth. To be the fullest expression of your divinity, you're going to want to know what you have come here to do. And it's probably a variety of things, but you might find like a common theme, you know? And so once you're able to align with your life purpose, then naturally your twin flame relationship finds union. Because the reason that there's no union yet is because you're still going through this self-awakening, this spiritual awakening, this ascension. And once you have found the flow, you know, you've gone through all the lessons, then union naturally occurs for both of you, because then both of your souls recognize you were meant to be together and you were meant to help the world by coming together. So I hope this makes sense. It's very much individual journeys, although you're always connected. And the closer you can come to living your purpose and to ascending spiritually, the closer just naturally you come to union, because that was like a pre-birth agreement between the essence that lives in your body and the essence that lives in your twin flame's body. Again, you can also encourage them to help find their life purpose, because that's going to be very much a piece of what they are trying to do in their own way. The third piece of this twin flame journey for you is going to be service to others. If you and your twin flame can get together and be of service to others, it's going to give you almost like a fast track to this union and a fast track to your life purpose, because both of you came here to do something for humanity because you are guides. So if you're not in communication and you're separated right now, you want to ask yourself, how can you be a service to others every single day? Now, whether that's you are just walking down the street and you're sending people love as you pass them, whether that's you look into volunteer opportunities and really ask where you're needed most, or whether that is you begin to teach others, you begin to heal others, you begin to use your intuitive guidance to help others on this path. Whatever it is, the sooner that you're able to be of service to the world, the closer you will be to union. And you can practice this on your twin flame by being of service to them, asking their higher selves, what do they need at this time? And you want to do so from a detached place, from a pure place of your divinity, not a place of what do you need to do so that you make me happier. It's what do you need right now from me? And then you can send them that healing, you can give them that guidance, and know that your twin flame is going to be giving you guidance back. So be open. You're not the only one in this. You both are in this together. So be open to what they have to say to you. Be open to what they show you. Be open to every single thing that occurs on your twin flame journey, because it is all teaching you something. So when you come together in union, you guys are meant to be teachers. Many of you are meant to help fellow twin flames along this journey based on what you learned has worked for you. So many of the stuff and the struggles that you're going through, both of you, are just a preparation for what you are then going to teach others. So the quicker you can learn the lesson, the quicker that you can learn how to heal, how to overcome, how to transcend everything that is triggered in your twin flame relationship, the quicker you get to that point where you can be together and then you can help the collective. Okay, so just a quick recap. The first piece that you're wanting to focus on is trusting yourself. Do whatever you need to do to get in touch with that intuition and start living from that intuition. The second piece is then practicing your intuitive skills and using those to help you find what your dharma is, what your purpose is. And remember, it's not always a career, okay? A lot of times your career is part of it, and for you, I think it will be, but it can be volunteer work, it can be parenting, it can be just teaching others that you pass along the way, but you're wanting to align with that. And then third is going to be a service to others, serving your twin flame, volunteering, like I said, really bringing your intuitive skills to the forefront to help others, so that when you and your twin flame come together in union, you can be a powerful force, and you both together are going to be like a super guide who's going to help so many people transcend, heal, and just find that wholeness within themselves and with their divine counterparts. So let's just close your eyes if you can. We're going to do a quick energy healing to guide this in. It's going to be very much intuitively focused. So just take some deep breaths and get to that still place. I always start with some Reiki symbols that help me connect with your energy. This energy healing will work every time that you play it, so I encourage you to listen to it often. So picture your twin flame in your mind's eye, protecting both of you this time during this healing. And if your eyes are closed, if you can slightly point your gaze up to the area between your eyebrows, your third eye, where that's uncomfortable, just place all of your attention on this third eye. And I'm connecting your third eye with your twin flame's third eye, and then connecting both of these with divine guidance, opening up this channel for you to divinity, to source, to light, so that you can get some answers during this meditation session. And we're just going to open it up now. We're going to ask your guides, angels, your higher self, what it is that you need to know right now. And I'm going to be silent and give you a chance to get those answers in any way that you get them, pictures, feelings, words. State that you're open and receptive to receive all guidance that you need right now. Now ask your twin flame what they would like you to know at this moment, about any questions that you may have. And now intuitively tell them anything that you would like to, or send them healing, whatever you feel guided to do, but give them back some energy that can be helpful at this moment. And now I want you to envision in your mind's eye your union together, and how that looks and feels, and what you just know both of you will be doing for this world, how you'll be living. Take a few moments to really visualize every piece that you can. Feel it as if it is happening right now, because it is. And we ask that both you and your twin flame receive guidance and all the steps that you need to take to get to this union. Perfect happiness and joy and love and fulfillment. And you both are open and receptive to receiving the healing, the divinity, and the guidance that you need. And we ask now if there's anything that you should know about how you are meant to be a guide or of service to this world. We ask that both you and your twin flame are given insights. Know that you may get them now, or they may come to you as your days go on. And I'll give you some time to see what you get as we open up to all guidance on how you may be of service to this world starting today. And as you were doing this, I'm just wrapping you and your twin flame up in white light and sending healing energy to both you and your union. And begin to ground this energy down to the here and now. Feel your energy in your body on this earth. Imagine that there are roots going down past your feet, all the way into the earth, grounding you here. Grounding in your truest essence, so that you may take the action that is necessary and ground down these intuitions that you get. I'm just going to wipe off your energy field of anything you or your twin may have released, wiping mine off and disconnecting from your energy. So be it and so it is. We give thanks. So I thank you for being a guide here on this earth, because you are very, very needed at this time. Listen to this often to help you open up your intuition. If you want to take your twin flame journey to the next level, then I do offer a 45-minute energy clearing session. It's all video download that you can listen to as often as you want, and it was taken from all of my most powerful personal sessions and what has worked the most in working with the Twin Flame Collective, and I put it into one compact 45-minute session. It's probably the most powerful healing that I have ever done. So if you're interested in that, the link is below. And I'm sending you so much love and light on this beautiful journey.